Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Calypso Cigar Review Podcast, episode 36.
36.
The episode where we finally reveal the winner of the Perfecto Cigar Holder.
Perfecto Cigar Holder ashtray.
What that guy said, because I just totally screwed that up.
And it's really cool. And two lucky folks are going to win one tonight.
That's right. And as always, we're actually reviewing a cigar today as well.
Yep.
Today's cigar is an oldie but a goodie. A standard, if you will, the Padron 3000 Maduro.
Absolutely.
This is something that should be in everybody's humidor.
Yep.
As a go-to cigar. Moderately priced, great taste, great flavor, great everything.
And we must say, in regards to the raffle, this is October 16th, and at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, any registrations after that, just sorry we couldn't get to you. We had to set up a cutoff time, so we apologize. Hopefully you can get in on the next raffle.
Yep. So we are going to be doing more raffles. So keep in touch and keep tuned and
keep subscribing and following and tweet.
And please do subscribe. We have some people watching us on YouTube. We don't have that many subscribers. We'd like to get more subscribers, so definitely do that. So we do have that Padron 3000, which is a Nicaraguan wrapper, a Nicaraguan binder and filler, so it's a puro. Size is a 5.5 by 52, and priced for around $6?
$6.50, somewhere in there.
Something like that, yeah. So he is cut it light. He is lightened with the Alec Bradley tabletop. As you can see, I'm cutting mine with my Cuban Crafter's cutter. And we are pairing today
something we've never tried.
Jim Beam Devil's Cut 90 proof. So this is some strong stuff. Very spicy.
Yes.
And we'll take a swig of that right now. It's got the axe. It's got the axe to it.
Yeah, probably could go with the Camper 2 full of water, or maybe an ice cube.
Oh, and you know what? I'm going to light my cigar today.
Oh, man, I forgot about the cigar.
Yeah, we forgot. I got these little things. It's the Cigar Reserve Cedar Spills. I won this from Blind Man's Puff website. If you haven't been to Blind Man's Puff, it's a great site. They do blind cigar reviews, so it's a great way to see honest cigar reviews from people who don't even know what they're smoking.
Right, without any preconceived notions.
Yep, they send them unbanded, they review them. It's a cool way to see some people's honest opinions about some cigars. And, of course, we're honest here too, but we know what we're going to smoke. So
I'm excited to see what you're...
Yep, so this is a little cedar spill. It's a little chunk of cedar. It looks like a sword. I get to feel like a pirate.
Yep.
And it has Blind Man Puff on it, which is cool. It's a customized cedar spill. And I won this contest on there for doing a story about how I burned my hat one day when I was smoking. So, yeah.
How did you burn your hat?
I was trying to... Everybody was putting their... let me light my cigar. My cedar spill that just went out. Damn it. These are tricky. You got to be smarter than the spill.
Yep.
And I should be lighting it with a match and then lighting it with the cedar spill, but I'm doing it this way.
This is TV and radio gold right here.
Supposed to be the best way to light your cigar. You don't introduce any of those yucky things you do when you do it with the... it's going to burn me.
You're tossing it. There you go.
There we go. So you're not getting the butane in there. You're not getting the other. It's supposed to be the most natural way. And it imbibes some of that.
Although I've never
cedar.
tasted butane.
I have before.
No,
with if you light a cigar with a Bic, you can taste it.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
that's
nasty, but yeah. So that's it's great, awesomely lit. So the story basically that I posted up there that won this was that I went out with some friends camping and I handed out cigars to everybody. And a lot of people were sticking their faces in the fire to light them, and they're like, singeing their eyebrows and stuff. I'm like, you guys are dumbasses. And I had my Alec Bradley 3 flame torch that I just got, and I was all happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
I had my baseball cap on, and I held my cigar here, and I was lighting my cigar with the torch, and it set my cap on fire. So I'm sitting there puffing away, and I'm like, you guys are dumbasses. And they're like, dude. I'm like, oh, shit.
What a moron.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't that always happen when you start calling people idiots and
morons
that's when
it's karma.
And something
that's
bad's going to happen to you right afterwards?
Move that a little closer to you. It sounds like you're kind of far away.
I am far away.
Just move it. Scooch.
How about now?
That's better.
But now you're blocking part of my face.
Who cares? It's just your face.
Some people care.
I can't. I didn't even do I guess I did a cold draw on this, but it was mostly just...
Mine was a little tight, but it's opened up.
Cold draw was just kind of tobacco-y.
Yeah.
And not a whole lot less, and not a whole lot more.
And I'm not tasting a lot of the Maduro yet.
We did do the Maduro, yeah.
It doesn't have that
Maduro-y flavor.
right now.
Question is, how long have you guys had these?
Oh, we keep these pretty regular rotation.
Regular stock?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've only had this cigar once before, and it was about 6-7 months ago. I'm curious to try it this time and see what we think. Are we recording?
We are, yeah, we're good to go.
Good deal.
So this is the first time we're actually doing video and audio together in separate formats. We've got the audio going to the deck, so we've got our good quality audio for the listeners who do the podcast on iTunes and Podomatic and those areas.
YouTube.
And then we've got the video on YouTube, which will be probably a different audio, but you'll still get the same, thing.
Right. You get to see
But
us.
you actually get to see us, and you get to see the Calypso Cigar Shop finally.
Look at that.
So check it out. You got some
Nice
posters
acid
back there.
poster,
You got some
Gurkha
TVs.
poster. Yeah.
You know,
TVs.
we should probably have some sports or some boobs on, but whatever.
Yeah, we should. But definitely boobs.
But I think if we
Sports.
did sports, we'd probably get in trouble. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, you never can tell.
Probably get in trouble for boobs too.
Yeah, probably. Depending on whose boobs they were and if you were married and stuff.
Exactly. So, what have you smoked this week, Randy? Anything new in Randy's world?
Yeah, that one you gave me, the one that you gave me and Matt. What's it called?
The La Estrella Cubana.
Estrella. Nice cigar for a
Yeah,
little cheapy.
Little cheapy cigar that's just a great little ass kicker of a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And I smoked a couple things this week. I went back and revisited an old friend from a year ago, the Tatuaje Little Monsters set. It's like 10 cigars that have different monsters associated with them. It's like the Little Mum, the Little Drac, and Little Frank Jr. I smoked the Frank Jr., which was
Frank
phenomenal.
Jr.
Yeah, Frank Jr. Jr. Yeah, and it was phenomenal. It was really, really good smoke. It had a year on it, and I was thinking that the spice was going to be out of it with a year on it, and man, that spice was still there. It just had a ton of flavor. It was
Right.
great. Burned fantastically. It was a really, really good smoke.
Very cool.
And I also smoked a one of those cigars from over there that right over there.
Right over there.
Yeah, that is was basically one that was rolled. From what I understand, it's what they smoke over there as their everyday cigar. So it's kind of like, I guess, I don't know if it's a short filler or a long filler, but it was a really ugly looking cigar and had a tight draw. Wasn't really great on the taste side, but it just gives me an idea of what they smoke over there.
Mm-hmm.
If you get what I mean, not in the bathroom, but 90 miles from
By that TV.
90 miles from Miami.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, yeah. And that was, it was good to experience it. Wasn't the best cigar I smoked this week, but I think the Tatuaje Frank Jr. probably was the best cigar I smoked this week so far.
Nice job hitting your mic stand.
Yeah. Well, hey, we got these new fancy things that are in my way, and I'm
I know.
like, "Arr."
I know.
They're face blockers for video. Look at that.
Yep.
Sound great, but can't see me.
That's a good thing.
Shut up.
The
I make this look good.
See, I'm not wearing a hat, so I can't tell if the retro hell is going to make my hat hit the microphone.
Not this week. We also haven't drank near as much as we did that time we did when we were in Mexico.
We apologize for that episode.
But that's what you do in Mexico. You
It was
freaking
fun.
drink your head off.
It was fun. It was fun, but we do apologize for that episode.
I don't apologize for shit.
No, it was fun. It was fun.
I am whose I am, and you listen to me because I am whose I am.
What language
Or
is
because
that?
of this guy. I don't know, whatever.
I bet it's for either one or both of us. If I were to guess.
That is some strong stuff. I can see why they call it Devil's Cut.
Yeah, it's
He's
interesting.
taking a cut of my liver right now.
Jim Beam, it's so mass produced, and it's actually not a bad cheap bourbon. But now Jim Beam, the distillery, makes some great stuff like Knob Creek and Booker's, and this. I don't know if this is great yet, but it's a great distillery, great products.
If you like that kind of thing.
If you like good products.
Meh. Yeah, no, I do too.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not crazy about Knob Creek. I think it's a good quality bourbon, but it's just never been anything that I've been excited about.
It's so-so. I'll
Yeah.
get it if it's on sale for cheap, but
Mhm.
it's not like,
It
what I would
rarely
pick.
is. It's still $35 for a bit.
Nah, okay, I don't really get it that often.
I don't like it. Yeah, for $10 less, you can get Woodford Reserve, and I'd much rather have
Woodford Reserve is delicious.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
if you can get some Woodford Reserve, definitely, I would say drink that over. But that's our opinion.
And we were given a recommendation to drink Willet. Is it Willet or Willette bourbon? And I have seen it at the Evil Empire liquor store in the area.
I have no idea. I
And
didn't get that
so I
recommendation.
will. It was Kurt.
Okay.
He likes me better than you, I think.
Yeah, probably.
So that's because he replies to me about bourbon.
Okay.
and makes fun of us for being drunk.
He can see that if he watches it, but he's going to be listening, so he's not going to know.
That's true. He listens through his headphones. Now he's going to rewind the tape and figure out
Like, what did he just do? No one knows, except for the people that watch.
Exactly. Unless you watch the video.
Unless you watch the video, you would know that I told Kirk to go fuck himself. Oh, wait. Crap.
Now you've let the cat out of the bag.
I will cut that
You've
out.
let the rat out of the bag?
The dirty rat.
Okay. So what if you watched anything? Or?
I did, but we're going to talk about that. Damn it! It's the stupid. It's in the way. It's in the way. I did, but we're going to talk about that.
Well, that's the creature feature. Anything
the
else?
creature feature, yeah.
Seen anything else?
I Walking Dead started, so I started watching that. That's my show. That's my stories, man. Walking Dead.
To it?
And Boardwalk Empire, I've been watching that again as well. Yeah, that's really about it. I really don't watch a whole lot
Breaking
else on
Bad's
TV.
over, so you don't get to
Yeah,
watch
Breaking
that
Bad's
anymore.
over. That's one down off the list there. Check that off. I got an extra hour of my life now, or each week. So yeah,
There
no
you
more
go.
Breaking Bad.
There you go.
But you
I
watch any movies or
watched-
anything?
Yes, I watched The Internship,
Oh, the one with
a movie that got robbed.
the one with those guys
Owen
from that
Wilson
movie.
and Vince Vaughn
There you go.
reunited from the 2005 movie Wedding Crashers, which
Okay.
is a genius, great, hilarious movie.
Yeah, Wedding Crashers was good.
And they talk. You don't hear them called that much anymore. Remember, the Frat Pack
Mhm.
was originally Luke Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Will Ferrell because of Old School,
Yeah,
and then they weaved in Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, and then Paul Rudd and Steve Carell. It just kind of
Jack Black.
expanded. Jack Black.
Yeah.
And so you don't hear that term used that much anymore. But this movie stands up with any Frat Pack movie I've seen.
Really?
Period. This is a hilarious movie. Just witty dialogue between Owen and Vince, and some funny scenarios. And yes, it is a big Google advertisement, but it's funny and it works. And I dare people that like Frat Pack movies to watch this and tell me that I'm wrong, that it does not stand up to any of the Frat Pack movies.
All right.
I defy you.
He defies you. That means you have to do it.
So do it now.
So yeah,
Well, not now. Listen to our podcast.
It got good reviews. I mean,
Yeah.
it did get decent reviews. I think people were kind of tired of that whole thing.
Well,
maybe
it's been 7 years since Wedding Crashers. It's not like Owen and Vince Vaughn have been working together every year since then.
Yeah, true. But you would think that they would go if they were fans of
Yeah.
of
Wedding
that movie,
Crashers.
of Wedding Crashers. But maybe most of those people have died.
You know what it was? It wasn't as raunchy as Wedding Crashers. And most of the people had died. It was 7 years ago. And I'm thinking, and it seems because of Bridesmaids and The Heat and Hangover that the raunchy comedy is in vogue right now, and this one's a little more heady.
I don't know. I mean,
But it was
freaking
funny.
Wedding Singers was, I think, right
Wedding
at the
Singers.
start of Wedding Singers. Wedding Crash was right at the start of that whole.
Yeah, but it's
Raunchy
not one of those
comedy
movies. It's not that It's not raunchy like Wedding
What
Crashers.
is it? Oh, it's not.
The
Okay,
Internship.
so it's just.
Internship
Well,
is
there you
not.
go.
It's
That's-
just funny. But it's great funny.
Ah.
Oh, there's some raunch in it. It's just, wait, what am I talking about? There's a 15-minute.
Is there a scene
mega
where a
raunch.
girl craps in a tub?
No, but there
Okay,
is about
well
a
then, it's
15-minute
not raunchy.
scene of constant nudity and another funny thing. I've totally forgot about this part. Yes, it is raunchy. It's just not as raunchy as the others.
It's the kinder, gentler Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, but that one scene is great. Okay. Can't believe I forgot about
Just
that.
15 minutes of nudity straight.
Pretty much.
Excellent. Wait, it's
Yeah.
not male nudity, is it?
No.
Because I know you might get excited about that.
No,
but I
I
don't
don't
want
get
to see
excited
that.
about male nudity.
Mm.
I barely even can tolerate myself when I'm taking a shower. Yuck. Except for the ladies. You might like it, ladies. We don't have a lot of ladies listening to us, do we?
Shower nudity. That's the best kind. Because it's clean nudity.
Yes, it is. Well, after.
Well, after the shower. Yes. Exactly.
During the shower, you can get quite messy if you're with someone
What the
else.
hell are we talking about?
I don't
I have no idea.
The ever-continuing ramblings
Of two guys drinking and smoking a
of
cigar.
CCR.
Yeah.
The cigar version of CCR. I think Fogarty will sue us. I know we've mentioned this before, but for calling ourselves CCR, or the record company will sue us.
We don't really call ourselves that, but people do.
No, because the Cross Canadian Ragweed calls themselves CCR also. So, bam.
Bam. Yep. Got to sue Ragweed if they're going to do that. Wait, what? Who?
My brother's in a country band, and during one of the breaks of his set, some of the DJ was playing a Fogarty or a Creedence song,
Mhm.
and it just sounded so good on the speakers in there. And I said, "Man, don't you just love CCR?" And my brother's like, "Oh, yes, sir, okay." So his next set, he gets up there and goes, we're about to do a CCR song. And he starts doing a song I've never heard of. And during, like, the musical break, he looks over at me and goes, Cross Canadian Ragweed. I'm like, you know I'm going to kick your ass when this set's over with.
Cross Canadian Wag. I haven't even heard of that.
Yeah, it's that I think it's that progressive new country crap that's popular that I don't like.
Sounds like some country crap.
That's funny, we're from Texas, and we don't like country music.
Not a big
I
country
can
fan.
tolerate it from
I
time to
like
time.
old country.
Yeah.
Talking like Hank Williams and
Even Hank Jr.
even George Strait to a degree, some Garth Brooks, but after that,
Yeah.
Once Garth Brooks decided to have like a wig and become somebody else, I was kind of done.
Chris Gaines.
That was freaking horrible.
ridiculous.
What the hell was that crap?
It was crap.
It was crap. He's just trying to get laid at that point. It's like, if I look like a better looking dude and slim myself with Photoshop, girls will like me.
And so he landed Trisha Yearwood.
Yeah.
So, okay, good figure.
Okay, yeah. I guess it worked.
I guess so.
So we're going to take a little break, and then we'll be right back for the second third of the...
Creature feature.
Yes, with the creature feature this week. And it's a classic, and you're going to love it.
Yes, it is.
So we'll be right back.
Car 55, this is dispatch. We have a 211 in progress in your area. Please respond.
Dispatch, this is Car 55. We are in the vicinity and on our way. Did you say this was a 211?
Yes, 211, robbery in progress.
211. That reminds me of that great cigar by Esteban Carreras, the 211. Man, I could go for one of those right now.
Okay, whatever. We have a farmer in the area whose goats are getting stolen. And this is where it gets weird, saying it's a chupacabra.
A chupacabra? Are you kidding me? Man, that's another great cigar by Esteban Carreras.
Whoa, hold on now. Let's keep our focus here. I mean, this guy called in a 187 on his prize-winning goat, Mary.
187? You're killing me here. Yet another great cigar by Esteban Carreras. I just think this guy sounds crazy.
Yeah, you might just want to call in a 5150 and call it a day. You know what I mean?
5150. That's it. You call a paddy wagon. I'm turning around and going to the Calypso Cigar Shop in Richardson for an Esteban Carreras cigar.
Hey, that sounds great. Can I join you?
Absolutely.
Esteban Carreras Cigars. It'd be a crime not to smoke them.
Hi, this is Todd Vance with Esteban Carreras Cigars, and you're listening to Randy and Brandon on the Calypso Cigar Review Show.
I forgot we did that.
I know, me too. That's the first time we've used it. All right, everybody,
That is
we're
cool.
back for the second third of the Padron 3000 Maduro.
Yes.
For the video people.
It's kind of one note, but it's a nice note.
It is a nice
flavor
note.
to
It's
it.
very, it's a little woodsy, a little earthy, leathery, cocoa-y. Not so much on the cocoa, which is
Picking
it's
up
kind
a
of weird.
little bit of the Maduro cocoa, but
Yeah,
not
but
a
there's
lot.
not as much Maduro cocoa as you would expect from Maduro, because it's the Padron Maduro.
Padron, come on.
But it's these are, I mean, great cigar for everyday smokers, and you don't have these or some incarnation of that 1000 series in your humidor. Shame on you.
Yeah, because it's a good price
should have
cigar and it's well built. Now we didn't talk about the construction. Padrons aren't known for being beautiful.
They're not. They're pretty ugly. I
But
mean, you
they're-
can't really tell from here because it's kind of far away,
Mhm.
but they're bumpy and the discoloration in the thing, and there's veins, and it's kind of ugly. But man, they smell great. They taste great. You can't really go wrong.
Yeah,
with a
I mean,
Padron.
definitely recommend it.
I can't say that I've ever had a Padron that burned bad,
Right.
that tunneled on me. I've never had a Padron. I've never had a Padron that fell apart. I've never had a Padron that had a void in it or that any kind of issues that you would normally associate with a bad cigar. They're well constructed. They know what they're doing. They do the same thing. And as long as you're making a good product, people are going to buy it. You don't have to really go out of the do weird stuff. You don't have to do like some companies do, where they're constantly putting out different and crazy things because you got them.
Right.
They're going to buy it because it's a good quality product, and that's the way Padron does their business.
And that's why they've been in business as long as they have.
True.
Absolutely.
And I actually got to talk to Jorge Padron at the CATS event a while back, and I asked him about the whole
Name dropper.
Yeah, I asked him about the whole large ring gauge thing. He's like, we do a 6x60. That's it. I mean, we do what we do. People like it. We make the best we can, and we're not going to go crazy and do a 7x7 or anything. So
thumbs up to them
yeah,
for that.
they don't need to. I mean, they got great
Yeah.
quality product as it is.
We saw what happened with Coca-Cola when they decided to change their formula all those years ago.
Yep.
They had a winning formula, changed it.
And then it became awesome.
Yeah.
And people bought it up. No, wait, that's
No,
wrong.
that was not what happened.
That was Crystal Pepsi. That became awesome. And people bought that up. Yeah. But see what happened. Same thing, Crystal Pepsi. What the hell?
Wine mixing.
I never drank Pepsi. I was never a Pepsi
Never-
drinker, so I never
always a
tried.
Coke. I was
I
always
think
a
I may
Coke
have tried Crystal Pepsi, but I don't remember if it tasted different than Pepsi or if it was
No.
the same.
That's why I'm divorced. My ex-wife liked Pepsi.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Fuck that bitch.
She's not listening, but I don't mean that.
I know. I'm an asshole.
Yes, you are.
So,
Is it that time?
it is that time. It's time for the Esteban Carreras Creature Feature.
Esteban Carreras Creature Feature.
All right, this week's Creature Feature is a doozy. It is a famous, classic, I would call it a slasher movie more than a creature feature, but it still could be qualified as
That's
that.
definitely qualified.
It is John Carpenter's Halloween.
This is the 35th year anniversary
35th year anniversary.
of the classic release of Halloween. Now,
And given that it is October,
And
and
it
this
is-
will probably be during the week of Halloween when this episode
Yes.
gets released,
Yep.
we figured it was only right
and appropriate.
to
And-
review a classic.
And, man, what a classic. This was a genre changer. This was a genre starter.
Mhm.
This was, and you know the story about it. I remember when, also, it's 35 years old, so the 35-year-old spoiler alert rule is in effect. There's going to be spoilers throughout this. We're assuming people have seen this movie.
Yes.
But, you know, this movie was done on a tiny budget. I mean, this was the Blair Witch Project of its day.
Yeah.
Tiny budget, mega bucks. I think it's either $350 or $500 was the budget for this movie. And most of that was Donald Pleasance's salary, because he was the only big-name actor at the time.
Yep.
Of course, Jamie Lee Curtis was famous for her parents, but she wasn't famous for herself. And it's just the classic babysitter horror story. It's Halloween night, the virginal girl's babysitting while everyone else is out partying and getting laid. And this escaped convict from a mental hospital returns to his hometown,
And does bad things to teenagers.
wreaks havoc amongst the sinful teenagers. That starts off obviously with that murder in the house. You know,
Mhm.
you see it from a camera's point of view. You're not seeing an actor or anything. You're seeing the camera go through the house to this nice topless girl brushing her hair.
Not topless.
She was topless.
She had a nightgown on.
You see her boobs.
See your boobs?
Yes, you see her boobs. She might have had a thing on and it was open. Nevertheless, you see her boobs.
Okay.
And boob memory. So she turns around and you hear her saying, Michael, Michael, and then stab, stab, stab. The reveal, it's a little boy in a clown costume.
Yep, and I think that was just a big shocker at the time
Yes.
because, number one, it was the first time that I remember ever seeing someone get killed from the killer's perspective.
Mhm.
So it was a first-person thing that was shocking, and then to
Yep.
top it off, it's a kid.
It's a little boy.
Yep, and you're like, what?
So,
Actually, you're like, what? Like that, yeah.
so obviously he's in a mental hospital for several years later. Halloween night, he escapes from the mental hospital.
Yep,
Comes
to
home
wreak havoc again.
to come home to Haddonfield, Illinois.
Yep.
So he's had this doctor that's been working with him for years who knows just how evil Michael is. And matter of fact, that's what he refers to him as, the evil.
Mhm.
And he's just obsessed with catching Michael because he knows what's going to happen. Of course, he goes to the Haddonfield, tries to warn the sheriff. Sheriff could give a rat's ass. But, you know, the plot's pretty straightforward. It wasn't as shocking and didn't break new ground as far as killing people that often. But it was the quantity of people getting killed. It was
The
the
methodology.
methodology.
Mhm.
Lack of gore. Very, very non-gory.
But the deaths were very
Violent.
shocking and violent
Yes.
and unique.
Yeah, they were.
The first time I remember seeing someone hung up on a thing and dangling, I guess.
That's one of my favorite scenes in the way Michael kind of looks at him.
Yep, kind of like a
On the
dog.
wall.
He's like,
Hmm.
He has that little. That's when you just know if he's like
Yeah.
really in the head because he doesn't even realize if he's
Yeah,
doing
it
something
doesn't.
wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't bother.
But it
And
was
it was
that.
also shocking because-
it's little moments like that though that just really give that character some depth. At
Mhm.
least in the first Halloweens, I don't
Yeah.
think they really went into that at all. After that, it's like the rest of the movies, he's pretty much
Yeah.
just a straight up evil killer.
Yeah.
You don't really know anything about him until
Mhm.
you get into the stupid remakes from Rob Zombie.
Oh.
Let's not mention those; they're horrible.
Nope.
But I mean, he's the shape,
Yeah.
as they called him in the script, and he's just this killing machine. But there's those little moments where he does
Mhm.
things through the mask that are pretty effective, I think.
And I couldn't agree more. And it's the most basic mask ever. And there's the famous story. It was a William Shatner mask
Mhm.
that they spray painted white and spray painted the hair green
Yep.
because they couldn't afford to make a mask.
Yep, and I was looking at the trivia on the IMDb. It says, due to the shoestring budget, the prop department had used the cheapest mask they could find in the costume store, Star Trek 1966 William Shatner mask. They sprayed it with white paint, teased out the hair, reshaped the eye holes. Shatner admitted that for years he had no idea his likeness was used for this movie. It was only during an interview that someone mentioned his mask was being used. He has since stated that he is honored by his gesture.
Well, good.
So that's
I
great.
was going to be shocked if Shatner was going to be a dick about it because he seems like a fairly nice guy.
Mhm.
But now this movie started off really, and I'm talking about from a perception standpoint,
Mhm.
started off very few theaters. It didn't get a wide release, but it started slow. But word of mouth started picking up on this movie, and by the end it had done almost $60 million on this minuscule budget. And I remember seeing it. It jarred, like we discussed, my mom and dad let me watch slasher movies when I was a kid. Matter of fact, my mom and I went to see Halloween. She'd already seen it. She let me go with her, and just blown away. Just couldn't. This movie scared the crap out of me.
Yep.
And there's some intense scenes, the scenes where they're trying to run back in the house and they're going up. Oh, and she's knocking on the door for Tommy to come open the door, and Michael's walking in his pace.
Yeah.
And Tommy's going sleepy. It's just like, open the fucking door.
I still love that moment when you think he's dead and it just
he pops up.
pops
That's
up. It just
one of the greatest scenes.
seems like
ever.
he's a robot. It's like,
Because he comes
holy
up and then he
crap.
just looks over.
He
Like,
comes up and turns. It's like, holy crap, this dude's a machine.
yes.
I think he really was the precursor for the Terminator. Really
Could be.
think about it.
Could be. Yeah.
But yeah.
But there's an interesting. I watched a documentary on it on Halloween.
Okay.
And John Carpenter said, he'd been a writer and a director, and he'd worked in film, at least film school or whatever. And he said he never really paid attention to actors. He just said actors act, and these are the words, act them. Well, there was the scene at the end when Donald Pleasance shoots Michael Myers and he falls off the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
And Pleasance walks over and looks down over the balcony. Well, he turned to Carpenter and he says, well, I can do this 2 different ways. And Carpenter goes, what do you mean 2 different ways? There's one way. You look down there, he's gone. He says, yeah. He says, so you're surprised he's gone? He says, why would I be surprised? I can also play it where I'm not surprised. And Carpenter thought about it for a minute, and he said, this is a doctor who's worked with him his whole life. Why would he be surprised? So he said, we're going to shoot it both ways. The second he saw that kind of look, like, he said he knew it, and that's when he realized just how much an actor can bring to the script, and I just thought that was a great scene.
Yeah.
And just to get him, because they needed a big name actor. There was no way they were going to get this thing released without or at least an actor that people knew. And Pleasance wasn't that well known, but people had seen him. He'd been a character actor in hundreds of westerns and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think he asked for $25,000. I think they got him for like $25,000 for like a 5-day shoot. That's all they could afford.
Yep. He was on the scene for on the shoot for 5 days. Total duration of screen time is 18 minutes.
But he's so awesome in it. You feel like he's in the whole movie.
18 minutes. He just freaking took that movie to a different level.
He did.
Which is awesome.
And any other actor, I don't think, could have pulled that off as well. Not that he was such a great actor, but he knew that character. He had that character down. And he was a very good part of watching that movie.
Yep. And it's a yearly watch for me for
Absolutely.
Halloween movies.
I watch it every Halloween.
Every October I have a set list of movies that I watch, and then I throw in some other ones for something different. And Halloween's always on the list. And so yeah, I'm gonna watch it anyway. Might as well do it.
It's got the greatest theme music, I think.
Yep.
For a horror movie.
Written by John Carpenter. So
Yes.
awesome. Dude wrote, directed, wrote the music, produced everything. Yeah.
Now I like the sequel better than you do, but I know the sequel's crap. John Carpenter even says it's crap. Even though the movie made so much money, Halloween 1, they didn't make any money off of it. So they agreed to do Halloween 2 just so they could actually make some money. And he admits that it wasn't up to par, and it really isn't. But then, of course, the third one was that stupid mask thing. It didn't even have Michael Myers in it.
Yeah, Season of the Witch.
Yeah. They brought back Michael Myers for 4, 5, 6, and whatever. And some of those were decent, not great. Never could capture the true spirit of the first one, but they tried.
Yeah, when Jamie Lee came back, it was a better
cool.
movie,
Cool.
but it still wasn't great.
But it was cool to see her running from Michael Myers again and everything. But the zombie stuff sucks. And, I literally was pissed off watching that movie. I went to see it knowing I was going to get pissed off, and I was. I hate the Rob Zombie version.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either, because to me it kind of pisses on the original concept. To me, it's scary because it's a little kid from the suburbs You don't know why he did what he did. They never really explained. He's just evil.
Yes, and that's all we needed to know.
To take that character and put him in a trailer park with a bad family, and you kind of it makes you sympathize with the character, and you don't want to sympathize with the character. It just makes the character less
scary,
to me.
Less scary,
Now you know why he's the killer. You're rooting for him instead of rooting for him because he's killing people, but you shouldn't be rooting for him, which is one of the things that's cool about horror movies.
Right. But thumbs up. When we rank our horror or our creature features in future, Halloween will always be number one, so I won't ever mention it again.
Yeah, it will be.
It's just number one, period.
Some interesting little factoids, too, from IMDb, and this is cool. Dr. Sam Loomis is Mike Myers' psychiatrist. Mm-hmm. Sam Loomis is also the name of Janet Leigh's secret lover in Psycho.
Yep. And Janet Leigh is Jamie Lee Curtis's mother.
Which is cool.
It is very cool.
Jamie Lee Curtis was the only teenager that was actually a teenager when they filmed the movie. She was 18 at the time. And she was paid $8,000 to do the movie.
Wow. $8,000.
Wow.
Well, she turned it into a better career than that, didn't she?
Yeah.
$8,000. She probably makes more on those Yoplait commercials.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, and then you probably already know this one, but the movie that they're watching on TV in the movie is The Thing from Another Planet, which is John Carpenter then remade.
Made into the Thing.
Yeah, so that's cool.
That is cool.
But they've digitally replaced the old movie with John Carpenter's The Thing in the new DVDs.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Great movie, great. That started the whole slasher trend of the late 70s and early 80s that brought us Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and all the knockoffs. Remember Chopping Mall? Things like that,
God, Chopping Mall.
Motel Hell, and
all those, were just offshoots of Halloween. So Halloween is I wouldn't say it's the first slasher movie, but it was the first one to really.
Template.
It is the template for all of the slasher movies. Yeah,
I agree.
You can't really say anything but bad about that movie. It's an awesome movie, great cast, great acting, great score.
Right.
It's a fantastic horror flick, and for people who are young who haven't seen it, give it a go. It's not going to be this gore fest that you're used to nowadays. It's not going to be like a lot of the new horror movies, but just keep in mind that it was unlike anything else at the time, and it just
very groundbreaking.
Very groundbreaking, yeah. So I know kids that see a lot of older movies now, like, those are old movies, they suck, but you got to look at it from the perspective of artistically, it was something different at the time, and very effective for people in that age range. And it still creeps me out. There's still scenes in that movie that I'm like, oh.
I still get nervous, and I know Tommy's going to get the door open in time, but it's still just so well shot. And so, it just gets
great filmmaking. So
absolutely,
yeah. So that's definitely one of my faves as far as the horror movies goes.
So happy 35th anniversary to Halloween.
Yes, indeed. That ends today's Esteban Carreras Creature Feature.
Esteban Carreras Cigars. Super premium cigars at a great price. They're scary good.
All right, so that ends today's Creature Feature, which is a fantastic movie, Halloween. If you haven't seen the original, not the Rob Zombie version, go rent it today.
Absolutely.
Get it on Netflix if it's on there, whatever.
Find it,
watch it, love it.
Oh, I forgot about Don't Fear the Reaper gets played in the background on one scene, which is kind of cool, because they were kind of an underground cult band at the time.
Yep, they were Blue Oyster Cult.
Absolutely. All right, so
Padron 3000.
Are we in the third segment yet?
We're getting there. Yeah.
Okay.
We're close.
Third segment. We're about to do the drawing, folks.
Yep, we'll be. Well, we still got a little bit of time. Still got a little bit of time. So I'm going to smoke my Padron. We're just going to be completely quiet, smoke our cigars. People who like to watch people smoking cigars. Weirdos.
Look how he holds it. How does he do that with his mouth?
I'm blowing rings. Don't digitally put something in my mouth when I'm doing that.
No, I'm talking about how people like to watch people smoke cigars. Like, is this what they're thinking?
Yeah, right.
Look how he's holding his hand there.
Look how he's holding his hand. He's got it out. He's fancy. He's got his pinky out.
He's even doing the fancy pinky drink.
Yep. I don't know.
Now, if you want to watch a chick sucking a popsicle, I got that.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But watching people smoke a cigar, kind of weird. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, if you're watching the show and you like it because we're funny or whatever, great. But I'm going to smoke it weird.
Don't look at us smoking cigars.
They say that how you smoke a cigar says a lot about you. Do you know anybody that smokes like this?
No, I've seen them in movies and stuff do that.
Usually like bad guys or Germans or like, so you have the arc?
Yeah.
I'm holding it between my fingers like a, for the people who are listening, what would you call that? Like holding it like a, I don't know.
I don't know.
Sandwich. I have no idea.
like one of those 1930s starlet things, you know.
I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know.
There's so many ways you can smoke a cigar. You got the between the fingers,
Yeah, I'm
between
generally
the finger thumb,
between the
the finger, the index and the second
index
finger.
index and middle finger.
Well, that's not the middle. Yeah, that is the middle finger.
Yeah.
Index and the middle finger. You got that.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll hold it like this.
Like a cigarette.
Yeah, pretty much like a cigarette.
Yeah.
In fact, when I put it in my mouth, I'm holding it like this, but when I pull it out, I do it this way. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've noticed myself doing that.
Hmm.
Because I like to watch people smoke cigars.
Because you're weird.
No, I'm not.
You're freaking strange, man. You like to watch people smoke cigars.
You're wearing a shirt that says the mustache made me do it.
That's true. I am. Because the mustache did make me do it.
America's team. I just pissed off the rest of the country right there, but
Dallas Cowboys, baby. They play games that we watch on occasion.
Football. They play football. And if we have a chance in the third segment, I have a story, maybe. Maybe we'll have time to get to it.
Ooh, a story. Cedar,
Past.
Reserve, cigar spills. They're cool. So yeah, you can go there and you can order
And
like
they
your own
follow
custom
us.
ones.
They follow us on Twitter.
They do. You can order custom ones. So you can get one that says, see that cedar spill over there? Mine's the one that says "bad motherfucker" on it, and they'll make it for you. And you can have that in your man cave. Be like, give me that cedar spill. Which one?
You
The one that says
say,
"bad motherfucker."
They could get one that says Calypso Cigar Review #1 fan. They could get one that says that.
We should make one and raffle it off
We could.
to someone that doesn't listen
Somebody
to
like,
the
I
show.
don't listen to that show. I just signed up for the raffle.
Right, I just got the damn cedar spills free. Screw those guys. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I think the Jim Beam is a little on the act side for me.
It's a little stout.
It's a little stout.
Doesn't have much flavor. I mean, it's got a lot of flavor. It doesn't have much of a bourbon flavor. It's just fiery.
It is fiery, yeah. But maybe, a little more, maybe like an ice cube in there might help, or some of those little stones, drinking stones, whatever they're called.
Scotch rock.
Scotch rocks, there you go. That would probably help it some.
This is bourbon now.
I know, but you can still use
Oh, you
Scotch
can,
rocks
okay.
and bourbon.
Wow.
God, they're just rocks that are cold.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm giving him full credit, but Ron White had one of the funniest lines. He says, I think it's interesting that the product I use to protect my couch from me spilling scotch on it is called Scotch Guard. He said, I wonder if they make a vodka guard.
Nice.
We've quoted him before. He doesn't care.
Yeah. So we're going to take a little break now. We're going to come back for the last third. And on the last third, guess what?
Raffle. Wrong list. Raffle.
We are going to pick the winner of the Perfecto Cigar Holder. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got two. Two winners.
This many.
Even better.
1 and 1
Dos
equals
in
this
Spanish.
many.
Or
That's true.
blurg in alien. I have no
Yeah.
idea how to say.
Deux. It is French.
It is French. It is deux. Or dos. Or two.
Or
So,
one
other
more
languages?
than one.
What?
One more than one.
One more. No, whatever.
Okay, that was
Okay.
stupid.
So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Yes, you smacked your thing twice.
I did smack my thing twice, yeah. But it's in my way. My thing is in my way. It's so big and obtruse. It's in
Oh
my way.
man, I was stupid. I got to get up for a second.
Hey, really? What'd you do?
I left the raffle stuff over here.
That's awesome.
All right, we are back. Here's what we did, folks.
Okay, so we had 29 people put in for the raffle.
These are the raffle tickets. Your name is on the back of this ticket.
Each
All
person
29.
has a name on a ticket. We put
Drop
the
it in a
tickets
stinky ashtray.
in a stinky ashtray that has been used, so there's ash in the ashtray.
And I'm not looking, as you can tell. I'm shuffling.
I get to pick since you're shuffling.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to pick one out of the pile of names, and the first winner is one coupon.
One coupon. I was hoping they'd win.
Thomas Killian,
Thomas Killian.
the poet on Cigar Asylum.
All right, Thomas Killian.
So
Yeah.
Thomas Killian, you are number one winner of the Perfecto Cigar Holder.
Ashtray holder.
Yep.
Thing. All
Made
right.
of nylon, so it won't melt.
That's right.
Move them around again.
Moving around.
Here, let me move them around, then you
Okay,
pick.
I guess I want to pick one.
Okay, let's pick one here. All right, so moving them around, moving them around. All right,
Ready? We're ready?
go.
All right. This thing. All right, here we go.
All right, winner number 2.
One coupon. You already did that, right? Matthew Wieland. from Cigar Asylum.
Wow, 2 Cigar Asylumers.
All right. Congratulations, Matthew and Thomas.
Excellent,
So
gentlemen.
get with us, either shoot us a message on Facebook or YouTube or iTunes, Twitter.
I'm on Cigar Asylum, so I'll just contact them
Or-
directly
yeah,
and let them know
somehow.
that they're winning. So we need to get the addresses from them, and then you'll have on the way to you Perfecto Cigar Holder.
Yes,
Where is it?
sir.
It's over there somewhere. No, the
Oh,
Perfecto
the
Cigar
Perfecto
Holder.
Cigar Holder.
Yeah, show the visual.
I've showed it 3 times.
You're going to show it again, motherfucker. There it is, right there.
That's the
And
last time I've shown
put
it.
the cigar
I don't care how
in,
many
and
times I asked.
put the cigar in the thing and hold it, and you clamp it onto something.
I don't want to dirty up their thing, but that's how
Do
it
not
works.
clamp it on your wiener. It really hurts.
Yeah, I'm sure you know.
Don't do that. Just a word of warning. No wiener clamping.
But
Unless you have a friend
even if you
that's-
don't play
you
golf,
have a
if you're
friend that passed out,
you can
and
do it on him.
after you've drawn all over him, you clamp it on his wiener. That's fine. But I don't recommend you do that.
See, when I hang out with guys, I don't ever think about their wieners.
That's a college thing, though. College guys do that.
Yeah, they probably do. But we don't know if Matthew or Thomas are
I don't know if they are. We'll find out, I guess. But.
college
So,
kids.
yeah,
and what-
cool. So we had 2 winners.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
That
Thomas
was fun.
and Matthew.
And I'm going to have to relay because I talked too much during that segment. You're like,
All right. There you go.
crap.
So tell us your story that you wanted to tell.
Oh,
You had a
okay.
Dallas Cowboys story, right?
Sort of. I'll try to make it as short as possible.
That was as noisy as you could possibly be lighting a cigar.
Okay, I've mentioned that I used to do a sports radio show here in the 90s.
You did?
Yes, I did.
What was it called?
Sports Talk from the Cheap Seats. We were on 3 different stations. Not at the same time. 1, 2, 3. And 1994, the ballpark in Arlington opened, where the Rangers play. And I got to go because I had a press pass because I was,
Right.
pretty special.
94.
94. It's almost
I wasn't
20
even
years.
alive then.
Right. Then you can't be drinking whiskey.
I know.
So anyway, there was a TGI Fridays out at the ballpark in Arlington, and they gave all media people a media pass, and that's all it said. It just said media pass. It didn't have your name or anything on it. Well, I had an official media pass from the actual Texas Rangers, and so I told my dad, I'm like, come out to the game. I'll just give you my media pass because that lets you into Fridays and got you a free appetizer. He said, they won't let me in. They'll check my ID. I'm like, Dad, there's no name on the ID. He said, okay, well, if they, what if they don't let me in? I said, well, then we'll buy you a ticket. He said, okay. So sure enough, walk into Fridays, the guy looks at my media pass, looks at the Fridays media pass, lets us go in. Well, I also mentioned that the Rangers are very strict with their rules on media.
No,
So
you
you
did
have
not.
to, yeah, I did last in the mini-sode.
Well, yeah, but people haven't heard that yet. Or did they?
Yeah.
Okay. People they're strict on their media pass thing.
You have to go to like 70 games or whatever. When you're there, you have to be in the press box for at least 4 innings. So I told my dad, I'll go for the first 4 innings, so I'll come over here and hang out with you at TGI Fridays. So sure enough, I go up there, and my dad's sitting there, he's eating his appetizer. He's just having a ball. He's just people watching. It's the first day of the new stadium. And who should be at the table behind us? What?
Just make sure your cigar didn't go out.
Okay. So who should be sitting behind my dad, getting up to go to the restroom, is the great Tom Landry and his
Cool.
wife.
Who's he again? I'm just kidding.
Legendary coach of the Dallas Cowboys, who hadn't been the coach since '88.
Okay.
Because Jerry Jones fired him because Jerry Jones is an ass.
Is a dumbass, yeah.
But I was a huge Landry fan. I mean, God, I was 15 before the Cowboys ever had a losing season. That's how good Landry and consistent his teams were. So I nudged my dad, and he said, he goes, is that Landry? I said, yes. He says, let's go talk to him. Get him to come on your show. I said, okay. Well, one of the guys I did the show with was named Michael Downs. He was a player for the Cowboys for 9 years. And so I thought I'd use him as an in to get Tom Landry on our show.
Cool.
So I go, I see that Landry's in the bathroom. I'm not going to follow him in the bathroom. So I wait for him to come out. He comes out. He's waiting for his wife. He's standing there in total Tom Landry pose. It was just really cool. He had his fedora and everything. So I said, Coach Landry, I said, my name's Randy Rankin, and blah, blah, blah. I said, I do a radio show with one of your former players. I said, who? I said, Michael Downs. He goes, oh, Michael's too shy to have a radio show. And I said, you'd think so, but he does a good job. So I said, could you come on our show? And he said, can I do it on the phone? I don't like to get out and drive. And I said, absolutely, you can do it on the phone. So then his wife comes out of the bathroom. He says, Alicia, this says Randy. He does a radio show with Michael Downs. And she says, Michael Downs is too shy to do a radio show. Very funny. So we booked him, and So I think it was a couple weeks later he called in, and at the end of it, Michael Downs was very touched. He was just nervous the whole interview and just very in awe. And he had a moment that almost brought us to tears. He was telling Landry about how much it meant playing for Landry, that it was the biggest honor. Because Michael Downs did grow up in the Dallas area, so he was also a Cowboys fan growing up.
That's cool.
And Landry let him get his speech out, and then said, Michael, you were a Dallas Cowboy because you were a good player. And no other reason. He said, I loved coaching you, and it was an honor, and if I could have coached many more people like you, I'd have been I'd have been even happier, or something like that. Michael did, man. He had tears welled up. It was cool to just be a part of that moment. It was like, this is awesome. Really cool. So anyways, I thought that was a cool, interesting story. I told it to Brandon last week. He said, bring it to air, so I brought it to air.
Yeah, that's way cool, man.
Yeah.
So not only did you get to hang out with a Dallas Cowboy once a week, right?
Yeah.
How many times a week?
No, we did it every day. It was a daily show.
Every day, 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
You got to meet Tom Landry. Who else did you get to meet through the show?
Jeez, everybody. Tony Dorsett, Bill Bates, Jason Garrett, the current coach of the Cowboys. God, we kept an autograph book of all the people, and I think at one point we had over 140
Sweet
celebrities. Jose Canseco.
Yeah.
Will Clark. God.
We need to find out who smokes cigars and start getting the celebrities.
Yeah, no, we do.
That'd be awesome.
See if they even kind of remember me.
Yep.
Michael would remember because we saw each other every day. But Drew Pearson, yeah, tons of people. Bobby Valentine. The list goes on and on. It was cool. It was fun. Didn't pay worth a damn, but it was fun. Kind of like this.
Yeah.
It pays better than this.
Yeah. Everything pays better than this. We get zero.
We get cigars every
a free
month.
cigar every week, yeah. Mm-hmm. And occasionally booze, but most of the time we
Well,
provide.
Esteban Carreras gives us stuff.
That's true, did it? Yeah, they're our sponsors. So.
Yeah, so that's cool.
That is cool. But yeah, it's still, hey,
it was a fun time,
sounds like a blast.
It's fun getting to go to games. The only problem is as a member of the press, you're supposed to be too cool. You're not supposed to cheer during the game. Well, I can't not cheer. Watching one of my teams win, I want to.
Is that really what they say?
Yeah.
You're not
It says on there, no cheering. You can't ask for autographs. Can't do anything. I met Pudge Rodriguez. I met all people.
That's weird.
I got into an argument with Pudge. It was funny.
Oh yeah? About what?
The Rangers' first win. I think they lost their first 2 or 3 games of that season, so they hadn't won a game yet in their new ballpark. And it was a late inning game. I think it was the last at bat. We were either tied or down by a run. And Pudge swings at a ball that is a good 1.5 foot outside, but he hits it, knocks it into right field. We win the game. So after the game, I waited for everybody. I didn't like to interview them around people. I just like to try to get them one-on-one. So the group of mass reporters left Pudge's locker. So I walked over to him and said, Pudge, you got time for a couple of questions? And he said, sure. And I said, that ball was about 1.5 foot outside. What made you decide to swing at it? He goes, no, it was a strike. I said, oh, come on, Pudge. I was right behind home plate. He says, it was a strike. I swing at it because it's a strike. I'm like, no, I wouldn't let it go. And here's a professional catcher who knows, he sees every pitch of every game, and I'm arguing, telling him the ball is outside. Finally, he did say, it was a little outside. I said, okay. So I won the argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 24. I knew everything about everything in sports, and by God, that ball was outside.
You were a jackass even then?
To a future Hall of Famer. What a jerk. And I told Tom Landry to shut. No, I didn't do that.
Yeah. No.
Never.
You're like, shut your pie hole, Landry.
Dude, you're old. You haven't coached in years, man.
We're going to talk about meat. You're going to listen. Click.
Yeah, that was funny. Pudge and I argued over a ball.
That's awesome. Hey, that's your 15 minutes of fame. What the hell are you doing here?
Trying to get 16, I guess.
I guess, yeah. It's about all we're going to get. We went and named ourselves CCR. We'll never be number one.
Okay, the hell with CCR. We are Calypso Review Cigar. We're CRC. We're changing the name.
Calypso Review Cigars. Calypso Reviews Cigars.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, that's not as blowy.
No, it isn't.
That'd be hard to say. I would never say it right.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I ever say anything right.
That's true. This is a slow-burning cigar.
It is a slow-burning cigar. I mean, I'm in the last third, and it's like, I feel like I've been smoking it for 50 minutes. And it has been 50 minutes.
It has. And I'm not even to the final third yet.
No, not really. But we say that. The way we do it is we do 20 minutes on each segment. And then we, a lot of times we don't really finish, but we finish it after.
Mm-hmm.
So, and 9 times out of 10, we smoke the cigar before, so we can give a pretty fair assessment on
exactly.
Every once in a while we get one we haven't smoked. So
Very cool. So
So
two
I-
winners.
I got to ask you, because we do still have a couple of minutes here.
Okay.
Some cigars that we smoked in the past that you weren't necessarily real impressed with, have you gone back and smoked any of those again? Changed your mind a little bit?
Well, I wouldn't say I wasn't impressed with them, but the Covenant Black and the Chupacabra Black, Esteban Carreras, we smoked them back to back with Todd because we recorded both episodes that day.
Yeah.
They're the first cigars of the day. We were laughing and shooting the crap. And I remembered liking them, but I didn't really remember anything about them.
Yeah.
And then, so they come out. They're out now. So you can call us, 972-761-9903. We'll hook you up. Or go to your local B&M that has it. And if they don't have it, tell them to carry it. I smoked them both. They're both better than I remembered. And I think I like the Covenant Maduro, Covenant Black better than the Chupacabra Black. And I think I was flipped
On that,
before.
yeah. We originally, when we originally both
Yeah.
liked the Chupacabra Black a little better, I think, because it
Yeah.
was just stronger.
Yeah.
And it had a little more ass kickery. But then it was, I remember that because it was like, we liked the Chupacabra Black better, but in the natural, we liked the Covenant better. So it was like flip-floppy.
Right. But both great cigars. Check them out. Anything that you changed your mind on? Or
Yeah. That Project 805,
Mhm.
I found the other one that I had there in
Mhm.
my humidor, and I smoked it. And yeah, it's a better cigar than I remember.
Okay,
I think, because when I first smoked it, I just got over being sick. My palate was kind of jacked.
Plus, all day you were thinking you were going to be smoking something different. I dropped
True.
that on you.
Yeah, it was a bomb on me.
Yeah.
It's still pretty mild, but it's a freaking pretty complex cigar. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. I remember the first time we smoked it, I think we both said it was kind of one note, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not. Well, it wasn't one note. It was just mild and not a lot going on.
Right.
But it's definitely better with a little rest. I think that may have had something to do with it too. Is that
Yeah, because the rep just gave us that cigar that day.
yeah. So who knows how he had it, or
Right.
he may have had it sitting out the car. You never know.
Yeah.
So.
And it was still hot then.
And that brings up a good point. If you get a cigar, same thing with the Chupacabra Black and the Covenant Black. Those were straight out of IPCPR. They were samples. They're probably going to be a little slightly different than the ones you'd buy at the B&M. If you get a cigar and you try it the first time and you're really not bowled over, my thing that I like to do is if I'm going to get a new cigar, I'm going to get 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to have a definitive view
Right.
on that cigar.
Exactly.
And I really don't think you can judge a cigar by smoking it once. You really need to give it 2 or 3 tries to really figure out what it's about. And if it's just repugnant and you hate it the first time and you have a couple left, guess what? Hold on to them, give them 6 months in the humidor, properly, humidified,
Right.
well taken care of humidor, and give them a try again.
Yeah.
And you never know, you might be surprised.
Absolutely.
That's my rant.
It's a good rant. Very
Yeah.
good rant. Almost as good as my Tom Landry story.
Not
Kinda,
really,
no.
no, because there was no celebrities in my rant.
That's true.
But it's good information to have, I think. It's
Well, I was sitting next to you.
yeah. Oh well, okay, fine. My brush with
We had-
fame.
We had someone ask for our autograph today.
Yeah, no, I think that was you.
No, Jeff Hirschauer asked for an autograph.
I think he was
I
joking.
told him that we would be happy to, and then he'd have something to blow his nose with.
Yeah,
We
we are about as famous as 2 dogs fucking.
Well, that's pretty well known. We are not famous,
No.
sadly. Alas, we are not.
Nope. But hey, I'm gonna add some water to this because it's pretty stout. Just a little. I'm gonna do the cap thing. I think I did 1 cap last time. I'm gonna do 2 caps. See if that changes the flavor.
No real shout-outs today because they all went in the drawings. So, I do remember 2. Jay Isso following us now on Twitter. And
I had a whole bunch of new people following me on Twitter.
who else?
Zycar. There's a bunch of people, like 4 people from Zycar following me.
Alan Rubin.
They're stalking me.
Alan Rubin, he's following me. He's followed me before I started following him.
Who is that again?
The owner of Alec Bradley.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
The owner of Alex Bradley's.
the maker of the Rubik's Cube. That's
Yes.
awesome.
It's cool.
Alex Rubik's Cube.
Oh, man. Wouldn't it be cool to be famous, though?
It'd be awesome to be famous.
It would be.
I'd love to be famous.
Maybe we'll become famous at Comic-Con.
Yeah, I think you have to dress up like fat. You have to be a fat and dress up like Wonder Woman to be famous at Comic Con.
I'm not going to do
Because
that.
there was a guy that did that, and people following him around like crazy.
I'm not
wanting
going to get
pictures
fat.
with him.
I don't want to get fat before Comic-Con. I'll wear a Wonder Woman uniform. Fat.
You're already fat.
No, I'm not. I weigh like 50 pounds less than you, man.
Whatever. You're fat.
My 34-inch waist pants are falling off me. How am I fat?
Just because you got them around your ankles.
Look, folks, there's my belt right there.
I just like giving you crap.
I have lost weight, though. I haven't lost as much as Matt, but I have lost.
Matt has lost a crazy amount of weight.
Yeah, he has.
I mean, seriously, when I met Matt, he was bigger than me, and now he's much smaller than me.
Yeah.
And that's not cool. I'm going to have to lose a lot of weight somehow.
You're the heaviest one in the bunch now, bud.
I know. And I got to my thinnest. I was like 40 pounds thinner like 6 months ago, and now I'm freaking 40 pounds heavier. Because of this.
That's a 100-pound swing. Or you say 40 and 40 or 60 and 40?
No, I lost like 65 pounds a year ago. And gained 40 of it back.
Bummer.
Yep, that's what happens when you say, you know what, I look good now. I can eat
I
McDonald's.
lost like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I lost like 7 or 8 in the last month for sure.
That's
Not bad.
good.
Not bad. Not even trying. It just happens.
Yeah.
I tend later in the summer to not eat as much because it's so freaking hot. But now that it's getting cooler, I'll start putting it back on. Probably.
Yeah, I need to do the opposite. I need to lose weight in the winter instead of putting on winter weight. Because I've already got the winter weight. I need to lose it. So, yeah, something's got to give.
We're being chicks again, talking about our weight.
I know, right? Let's talk about shoes.
Didn't we do an episode where we gave beauty tips or something?
God, no. What?
No, we were
think so.
joking that we were giving. I don't remember. About shaving and stuff.
Beard trimming tips, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Shave the beard. Anyway, so that's going to wrap it up for us today. We got the winners of the Perfecto Cigar Holder once again. Thomas Killian, the poet from Cigar Aficionado.
Cigar Asylum.
Cigar Asylum, sorry. Yeah, Cigar CA. I said Cigar Aficionado.
Yeah.
And Matthew Whalen from Cigar Asylum as well. You guys will be getting your Perfecto Cigar Holders soon. And there might be something a little extra in there for you.
Might be. You never know.
Yep.
Our autographs.
All right. Yeah. On a tissue. So you can just go.
That's nice. Honk. Oh, well. It was a fun episode.
It was. And we got to give stuff away, which is cool. I like giving stuff away. We need to do that more.
Yes, we should.
All
We
right.
will.
So that's going to wrap it up for today. And as always, check us out on Podomatic, iTunes, Spreaker. Go over to YouTube and subscribe, please. We need subscribers on the YouTube. You can like us and comment. That's great, too. Do all three. Also, subscribe on iTunes and give us the comments there. We'll probably be doing a drawing pretty soon as well, and we'll incorporate that into the drawing. So,
Yeah. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
yep. And don't forget to check out Blind Man's Puff for some great reviews, blind reviews of cigars. That some are ones you've heard of, and some are ones you haven't heard of. And just a great way to get some honest reviews. And
Check out those new Esteban Carreras.
And check out the Cigar Forums as well. Check out Stogie Friends, Cigar Asylum, or those are two really, really good ones that I like. BOTL. There's a bunch of them out there that you can check out that have a lot of great information. Puff's another one. Just just tons of information out there for you to absorb and learn from. And
Kirk
you can also
at Poolside Cigar Reviews.
check out Kirk at Poolside Cigar Reviews. He does great reviews there, and we are mutual fans. So, all right. So everybody,
He's going to join us for an episode this year.
yeah, he will.
We're
We'll
gonna
get him
make
on
him. We're gonna
eventually.
make
Yeah,
him.
and there might be something Blind Man Puff related. We're not sure yet. We'll see.
Yeah, that down the road.
Yep. All right. So as always, it's been great smoking with you.
Have a good one, Brandon.
You too, Randy.